Mark Rober averages over 60 million views a month, which is crazy when you realize how rare it is he actually posts on YouTube. In the first 10 months of 2022, Mark has posted only 5 videos, but he's gained 1.5 million subscribers. I made a whole video about how Airrack gained 1 million subscribers in a full 12 months because I thought this was insane, but he posted a video every week, and Mark posted just 5 videos and got more subscribers. So if you're not already blown away by Mark's success, let's talk about this achievement in terms of money. Mark has posted 5 videos in the first 10 months of 2022, and if we take his CPM to be $7, which is a pretty fair estimate since his channel is huge, Mark has made around $4.2 million. And obviously I know Mark's videos are very expensive and they do require a lot of time and effort, but relative to other jobs, the return on investment here is pretty good. Mark also has the highest average view count for anyone on YouTube.
Your videos get 27 million views on average. Is this true?
This is true. It's actually the most on all of YouTube.
What is the secret?
I do like wholesome stuff.
There's no way you average 60 million views a month on YouTube just by making wholesome family videos. Mark has amassed a following of over 22 million subscribers with only posting 108 videos. This is a better ratio of subscribers to videos than even Mr. Beast. There must be more to Mark's secret. Well, in this video I'll be breaking down the 3 factors that separates Mark Rober from the rest of YouTube. You might think that there's no way you can repeat Mark's level of success on YouTube, but by the end of this video I hope to have you convinced that what he's doing really isn't impossible. And I'll use Mark's 3 methods for coming up with great ideas to see if I can come up with a great idea myself. So with that said, let's jump straight into factor number 1 behind Mark's insane success on YouTube. Mark is the personification of how quality is more important than quantity on YouTube. His videos are so good they earn him an average of 60 million views per month, even though he rarely ever posts. Trying to post frequently can and has worked on YouTube, but it's just not sustainable for the long term. This is why we've seen so many YouTubers face burnout from trying to keep up with an impossible posting schedule. So what are the things that Mark is doing that everyone could do to make their videos that little bit better? You need to make sure that everything in the video actually matters. People are not stupid and they will realize when you left things in to bloat your videos up and make them longer. Mark has talked about how much effort he puts into making sure everything he says in his videos is as concise as possible.
Most people don't realize this, but like every word I've ever said on my YouTube channel is at my feet written out on a piece of paper. Like I will spend a half an hour getting 5 sentences down to like 4.25 sentences. I try and state everything as succinctly and just like as directly as possible.
I think it's much harder to work really hard on making one video really great than it is to work really hard on making 10 average videos. But if you're willing to work really hard on making one video great, you can really separate yourself from the rest. A video that gets 1 million views will take less time to make than 10 videos that get 100,000 views each. With YouTube, usually a lot of the fun comes with completing a video and posting it and seeing how well it performs, and coming up with a new idea and trying again. But the channels that really excel are the channels that pay attention to the minor details. People really do recognize when the creator goes above and beyond for the video. Look at Mr. Beast. His Squid Game video gained him 10 million subscribers, but he has over 700 videos on his channel. So for 1 out of 730 videos, he got 10% of his total channel's subscribers. Thinking this way is really difficult, but it's the sort of principle Apple works on, and they're the most expensive company in the world, where they make fewer products than other companies, but they only make high-end products. They don't really offer an entry-level, cheaper product. So people just buy the Apple version because they know the product will be high effort and high quality. Even if there's a better option out there, people don't bother with the risk. They just trust Apple's product will be good enough. It's the same with videos. If there's 2 videos on your recommended page, but one is from an unknown YouTuber and the other one is from a YouTuber that you know only makes good videos, you'll click the video of the YouTuber you trust before the unknown person, because you trust that they'll make a video that is high quality, even if the other video is better. It's just not worth the risk. It also creates a supply and demand issue for people. If your videos are so good, then people want to watch more of your videos. But if there isn't that many of your videos, then they have this pent-up demand for the next video. So as soon as you post, they're ready to watch your video. But the other thing that really sets Mark apart from other YouTubers is realizing that YouTube is not like watching videos on Netflix or watching TV. It's much more competitive for people's attention. And this brings us on to factor number 2. Pacing. When you're watching a video on YouTube, you have 10 different personalized options on the sidebar at all times. So your video has to be constantly progressing, and you need to be aggressive in deleting parts that don't add to the video. Every few seconds matters.
Every like quarter second is sacred in my videos. Like if a quarter second isn't doing something for me, I'll cut it out. You know, for the squirrel video specifically, I think I had like a year's worth of footage, if you add up all the cameras, to condense down to 15 minutes.
Mark never makes you sit through long sequences of him building. He shows his builds in quick 15-second time lapses to make sure no one has a chance to get bored. Of course, you can have slower moments in the video, and Mark always has a section in his videos where he explains the maths and physics concepts behind whatever it is he's doing. If you were to ask anyone how do you get people's attention, the last thing they would tell you is to explain maths and physics concepts to people. But Mark is able to do this in his videos because the payoff at the end is so worthwhile. People will watch Mark explain how a piano works even if they don't find it that interesting, because they've already been shown a real life talking piano and have been promised that if they watch the rest of this video, they will see a piano play a song on its own. So the viewer will watch through any slower moments to get this payoff at the end. And this brings us on to factor number 3. Having a great payoff at the end of your video. Each one of Mark's videos follows a very similar format. In the first 30 seconds, he'll show you he isn't clickbaiting you by showing you exactly what he promised in the title and thumbnail. Then he teases you up to see the final payoff and says, but before we do this, let's go back 4 months to when someone stole a package off my porch, and then takes us through the ups and downs of his project and finally finishes with a bang. The ending of a video is what stays with the viewer the most. So the better the payoff at the end, the better the lasting impression left in the viewer's mind. If having a great payoff at the end is so important, how does Mark come up with great payoffs like this? Well, here are the 3 things that Mark has said have helped him to come up with great idea after great idea. Number 1, be curious. Mark says that people who just see the world around them the way it is and never ask any questions about why things are the way they are don't work their creativity muscles enough. The example of this is his video about his microwave. He thought about how microwaves have never been changed since they were first invented, and no one has ever come up with a cooler, more innovative microwave. So Mark made an app that would provide live footage of the heat map of his food inside his microwave. So I put this idea to the test to see if it actually works for an absolute nobody like myself. So I spent some time looking at different kitchen appliances and tried to think about which one of them could be made way better. The toaster is pretty crap. The only way to figure out if the toast is actually done inside the toaster is to put the toast in, turn it on, and then pop it out when you think it's done. Instead, what we need is some way of seeing the toast inside the toaster. So you could make the case out of glass or clear perspex, so we can see that the toast is going brown, and you know when to pop the toaster. And if we wanted to go a step further, we could get the Raspberry Pi and have a camera watch the toast through the clear case, and connect the button to pop your toast to a switch, so when your toaster reaches a certain level of brown, your Raspberry Pi pops the toaster. Step 2 is to work hard. The point he's trying to make here is if you want to be a YouTuber, you just make YouTube videos. If you want to be a painter, you just paint. If you want to come up with better ideas for your videos, just make more ideas. Each time you make something that just doesn't turn out the way you thought it would, you learn something new. You tweak a few things and slightly improve for the next thing you make. Each failure is a lesson on what you can improve upon. Mark has been making videos for 10 years, so it's easy to look at him now and say, oh, he's a genius. But he's put in a lot of practice to get where he is now. And finally, step 3 is get lucky. Mark says that accepting some of the process as luck can help you accept that maybe your ideas aren't that bad, and you just haven't caught your lucky break yet. But Mark isn't saying that videos only go viral because of luck. If you think about the game of poker, for example, there's a big element of luck to this game, where even if you're a garbage player, you can get a royal flush, and with this hand you're going to beat even the best player in the world. But if you play them enough times, they're going to clean you out, because they've spent enough time learning the game to beat you. So if you work really hard on a video and put everything you have into this video and it flops, you can just say, oh well, that was just unlucky. And then that way you don't waste time beating yourself up and instead move on and get working on the next video and try to make the next video a banger video. You can always stack the deck in your favor by doing things that have been shown to work before and studying and learning from other YouTubers, but you can never guarantee you'll get it right every single time. For example, this how to skin a watermelon video. Mark clearly doesn't know the exact secret sauce as to why this video went viral, because he just hasn't been able to replicate it across every video on his channel. We can look at this very simple video and draw lines as deep as we like about why the thumbnail was so clickable, the video was so watchable and so shareable, if those are even words. But the truth is, it's not exactly clear why everyone loved this video so much more than all the other videos on his channel that have taken way more time and money to make. But what you can control is making sure that you make enough great videos so that someday you actually get lucky and go viral. You're in control of the videos you make and the amount of effort you put into each of the videos. So eventually you'll get some luck along the way where something you didn't think would work works out. If you never post a video, there's no chance you can go viral because there's no video to go viral. I made this video about how much money MrBeast makes across all his channels, and I got 11 subscribers, which was huge for me because I only had 30 subscribers at that time. So by trying different formats on my channel, I eventually landed on one I really like doing, and one that actually has seen some reasonable growth on my channel. There's definitely way more formats out there that would work, but this is just one that I tried and it worked out for me. So that's the kind of luck Mark is talking about. You don't have complete control over everything in your life, but you can always stack the odds in your favor. So these 3 steps definitely help in my experience. But then how does Mark decide which of these ideas are good enough to make? Mark has said before he won't start working on a video idea until he can picture the title and thumbnail exactly in his head. And if he can't come up with a good title and thumbnail, he doesn't start working on this idea. So there's 2 main things that I've noticed in all of Mark's ideas that must be met in order for Mark to make a video. The first thing Mark does is to make sure there's an extreme element to the idea. Worlds ... is the most popular trend across his channel. Immediately, this has to be extreme. If it's the strongest trampoline in the world's largest elephant's toothpaste explosion, this extreme element grabs your attention, because in order to go viral, you have to evoke some form of emotion from the viewer.
You know, for a video to go viral, it has to evoke some visceral response from the viewer. You know, whether they think it's amazing, whether it makes them laugh, whether it makes them, you know, feel anger or outrage. They just have to feel something, and then they'll be more likely to share it. And one of the things you can feel is amazement.
People don't care about a moderate-sized Nerf gun. People want to see just how big the world's largest Nerf gun is. It's the same when answering a question. If you're going to make a video that answers a question, the question has to be something that not everyone can do. It has to be extreme, like whether or not you can survive a grenade blast. And the second thing that allows Mark to go viral in every one of his videos is that he removes all barriers to entry. He makes his ideas as appealing to someone who is 50 to someone who is 15. Take this video for example. Other engineering channels might use a title like Raspberry Pi powered domino robot, but this rules out almost 90% of the population because most people wouldn't know what the significance of a Raspberry Pi is here. If you want to appeal to the masses, you have to have ideas that have broad appeal, that spark curiosity in everyone. If the title contains things that people don't know, they're just not going to click your video. They'll just click the next video where they understand everything in the title. Every single one of Mark's videos could be posted anywhere and they would go viral. I only started watching Mark Rober in 2019, but I binged all of his videos. I realized I had seen his video about how to skin a watermelon and his party trick for the watermelon smoothie on Facebook years ago. And this is exactly why his videos do so well, because people can share them with no context and just think, wow, this is a cool idea. Whereas videos like the one you're watching limit themselves because you either have to know who Mark Rober is or else care about growing a channel on YouTube to be interested in this video. Mark is a real inspiration for people looking to grow their channel because he shows that you can be completely different to what everyone else is doing and still be successful on YouTube. Often people feel like they have to put themselves in the most uncomfortable positions to grow their channel on YouTube. But not Mark. He just makes sure to spend that extra time on the ideas and to make a fun, wholesome story. So thank you for watching this video.